Bishop to king.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think? What'd you think of the bishop?
The whole thing was great. Like, it's just, it's exactly like, I think everything is so bombastic now and so like big, for want of a better word, like, and performative. And there's all this like, and noisy. There's all this, sound and fury signifying nothing is what there
Yeah.
is around Trump all the time. Right. And like, it's just cutting through the bullshit to say something very, very basic and not remotely controversial.
No.
And it sort of had the effect of making everyone, including them by design, stop and reflect and be like, "Whoa, wait a minute!" It was almost like a "Emperor has no clothes" moment.
Yes, I
Yeah,
agree with that. Very much so.
yeah,
I asked my dad to put together some thoughts on all of that, and I kind of asked him last minute because we were talking about this, and then I was like, "Oh my God!" He was an Episcopal priest for many, many years, and was even up for being a bishop, and like, this is like, talk about his wheelhouse. So, um, I want to get his thoughts, and he'll get them together, and we'll maybe come on next week while you're gone, or we'll put something out for folks so that we can really talk about it from an inside moment of what is it like, because he knows this. What is it like to stare at power like that, right? Political power, wealth, power, right? These are the Episcopal Church is a very wealthy church for the most part. So even if you're wherever your congregation may be, you might end up having like the sort of leaders of the town showing up. It ends up being one of those sort of, um, and it's very different in very different ways. I just know me growing up, there was a lot of country club in the church, and it was the same people. Um, so it's uh, to understand sort of what that's like. What was that like for her, possibly? Not to think about her, speak about her, but what was the cost of not doing that? Where's the cost? What was sort of at risk, and how scary is that? So I want to hear from him on all of those things. I was talking with you about my own take of it was great. Now let's not lionize her. Let's not make
yeah,
her, you know, because if she's a target now, she's already there to want to deport her, all this stuff. I can't even imagine the hatred she's getting because she found a way to pierce.
yeah.
She found something that couldn't be propagandized away. They're going to try, but it's not going to work because she stood in the moment and said the truth, her truth, without demonizing anybody. And boy, was that effective. It was so confrontational that they were like, "What the fuck? Blah, 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 blah. We don't know what to do with it. This, blah, blah, blah. What do you mean? Mercy, right?" If she found like the bottom of it all, the DNA of it all, of Jesus's teaching. Just, I'm asking you to have mercy. You have power. I'm asking you to have mercy. It's like she confronted them with the power and made a request based on the teachings of Christ in the church because that's her job. She just did her job and did it well. And that fucked them all up. So I love it. It's not a one-off. It doesn't have to be a one-off. We don't have to Merrick Garland and Bob Mueller her and make her some, incredible thing, because God knows they're going to find one little thing. Here's what happens. If we make it about her, they're going to find something about her, the people she confronted. They're going to weaponize it and harden their base against this woman and against her message and against all of us. I don't want this monster to keep growing. And one of the ways to feed this monster and to harden this monster and to keep this monster keep growing is to try to erect a hero counterpart. It doesn't work. She walked up to the lectern and we needed to walk back down the steps. Showed us how to do it, walked up and walked off. I want 1,000, 10,000 lecterns. I want them everywhere. And I want a queue of people ready to walk up do the job, say the thing, and walk on down. So the next person can get up and say what needs to be said and do what needs to be done. And boom. And that's happening everywhere. Boom, 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 everywhere. Right? It's that simple.